What the fuck is up, MLDC motherfuckers? Got ourselves another January 23rd, 2017 Colt 45. Did Billy D, did Malta Liquor. You know, all those things. Do have a few chasers hanging around. Let's see what the fuck we can get into here. Catching up on a couple videos. Friday, man, I was fucking off yesterday. I was off today. Shout outs to 4 fucking day weekends. What you know about that? Probably nothing. Also, I watched the Apocalypse video, his latest, where he's got his pantyhose on, and then his alien glasses, and he's just being fucking crazy. I mean, I don't know. That dude is fucking nuts, man. I don't really know what to say. The dude needs some fucking help. People need to be careful. Let's crack this bitch and get to drinking. Oh no. It's a fucking P-Glen open. Shit. No, the bitches. What the fuck? There it is. Shit. Must have been my weak hand. And I've lost the top. Nope. I've reclaimed the motherfucker. There it is. Let's slam this motherfucker. Maybe get a chaser in. Talk a little shit about some stupid motherfuckers. Talk a little football. Talk a little life. And enjoy some fucking malt liquor. Malt motherfucking liquor. Malt liquor. Malt liquor. Motherfucker at the store. It appeared that he was trying to Reggie this label, but as I was able to get in there and rescue this 40 before he was able to get the fucking horse glue out and start slapping vintage labels on these motherfuckers. It's an epidemic, folks. I think it might try to start sweeping the nation. People are going to try to start selling vintage 40s, following suit of that fucking fraudulent faggot, Reginald Steele. Malt liquor. I did P-Glen the crack there. Couldn't get it going. And you know, I'm just joking with you, man. I ain't being serious. What the fuck else? That's the thing, man. If you can't handle the fucking heat, you can't stay in here, because it's always going to be hot in here. You know? We all, for the most part, get along and shit like that, but every now and then you got to throw a little heat everybody's way, you know. Jay Jones making fun of my fucking mustache, getting all on the outside of my motherfucking mask here. You know, I don't know what to do with it. I could trim it, but then it would look fucking weird with the rest of my beard when, you know, I don't have this glorious mask on. So, you know, you got to sacrifice some things on here for real life. But fuck, man, malt liquor is real motherfucking life. If you're not incorporating malt liquor into your day-to-day life, you're not living. Malt liquor. Another thing, I had somebody tell me again this week that it is what it is, and it pissed me off. You know, we talked about that in a video the other day. It is what it is. Of course it is what it is, you know. Like, what else would it be? I don't know, fuck it, we'll get into it. This is not a Philadelphia Eagles hat. It says Eagles on the back. I wear it backwards sometimes. I think Panther 40, I think he's colorblind. Motherfucker's clearly maroon, white, I've seen all the throwback Philadelphia Eagles uniforms. Never have I seen them wear these colors. This happens to be a local Pop Warner League team, which I coach. I won't get into, major specifics of it, but dude. And I remember this shit from when I played Pop Warner and my dad was the coach and my mom was a part of the association and shit like that. And, there would be bickering and arguing and people, talking shit behind each other's back and stuff like that. And, you think, like, these people are childish, whatever. It'll be different with my generation, when we grow up and shit like that. Well, starting Monday afternoon, emails started going out, Facebook messages, Facebook posts about this one group of people wants to come up to the fucking park and have an emergency meeting and throw all these fucking board members off the board and shit like that. And like this area that I'm in, the league that runs it, like they have been established for a long fucking time. Like, and they oversee, I would say, just in this area of Pop Warner teams, I bet there's no less than like 30 or 40 teams, that are playing in just this area. Like within, like I live in a Commonwealth state, so everything's broke up, cities, counties, everything. Like there's no cities inside of counties and shit like that. So within the county that I live in, which is a huge county, so that kind of adds to it. But I would say there's over, there's in between 20 and 30 teams. Just a safe guess. Could be more. So the ruling body has been in place forever, and they're like well designed and shit like that. But this one group of people doesn't like what's going on, so they were going to have an emergency meeting, throw these people out. I'm getting long-winded. I got to drink this. Anyway, let me attempt to put this in a nutshell. Or what is it? Long story short, or whatever the fuck. Monday they had a big meeting. They kicked some people out. Which, when they kicked the two parents out, there were board members, or not board members, but within the association. They had two kids that played on my team, and they had one kid that played on a lower level team. Not lower level, but lower age group. And, it wasn't like these kids were all-stars and shit like that, but you don't ever want to see some shit between adults affect. What we're all there for is getting these kids together and teaching them these things. Because, football's football, but within learning football and practice, there's other discipline things and, things that you learn that help propel you in life. You know what I'm saying? So, that shit pissed me off, because it was like, because, these parents can't get along, it's now, you're taking these two kids that have played for the past, several years together with all these other, their other teammates and shit, and you're gonna just kick them out, just done. We're this many weeks in, good luck getting a spot on another team, good luck getting a waiver, stuff like that. All because, like, the parents can't get along. So that was stupid, Well, they had another meeting, like, Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, and they allowed the kids to come back. So the kids came back, but the parents are no longer allowed to come and watch their kids participate in the sport. So they have to drop them off at a certain boundary outside of the fucking recreational park. Let the kids come in, participate, and then go back out. Which is fucking stupid, because if a kid gets hurt or something, one of their kids gets hurt, and we've then told them that they can't come, it's just, it's a bunch of bullshit, man. Like, people are fucked up. I know this is going to be long-winded. This fucking might be a Steel Worldwide 18-20 minute video about nothing, but at least I'm fucking talking and not just Malt liquor. So anyway, we got a scrimmage coming up Saturday. So we were handing out like our scrimmage uniforms and shit like that. You know, because at practice everybody wears whatever, and then want to look semi-professional at the first scrimmage, you know, before we hand out the game uniforms and shit like that. So near the end of the practice, all the parents were supposed to meet back up near the concession stand and try to get things ironed out, you know. You know, the kids were back, that was good, but let's figure out what we're going to do. You know, maybe those two parents can't be involved in whatever, but they need to be able to be on the sidelines. They need to be able to access their kids if anything goes wrong, you know, stuff like that. So I'm over still getting all the uniforms and shit ready and helping helping the kids get all their, you know, get their jerseys and shit like that. And the other people are fitting everybody for, you know, pads and shit like that. So we're getting all that squared away. So finally that's over. And I noticed they're still over here doing this fucking meeting. And it seems heated, you know, you can tell like shit's going down. So I get in my truck. I drive over there, and I park, you know, there's like a ditch line, and then that's where everybody is on that little elevated area right there. So I park my truck, and I'm listening to the shit going back and forth. You know, I can see my wife, she's sitting over there, you know, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And so eventually I get out the truck, and I walk over there, and I'm standing up behind her. And these people... You know, we got this one fucking snaggletooth bitch on crutches, trying to hold her crutches, trying to hold her cell phone, trying to hold these documents that she's got, trying to smoke a cigarette, you know, all this bullshit. She's over here just running her mouth to these other board member people over here, you know, and it's back and forth and back and forth. And all the kids are running around, you know, and the cheerleaders are right behind that, you know, they ain't finished practicing yet. And... you know, there's all these people around, all the kids are around and shit like that. And, like right in the middle of it, when they just get to arguing again, I started yelling, hey, hey, hey. And I walked up in the middle of all these people, and I was like, I think that everybody here is forgetting the important part, that we're here for the kids. You know? I said it's embarrassing that we have these kids running around right now and have the cheerleaders over here right now. And they're witnessing what their parents are doing, sitting here arguing about stupid, just, you know, stuff that doesn't mean anything. And like for a second you could have heard a damn pin drop, because everybody was like, oh shit, this motherfucker didn't just come up in here and dropped motherfucking reality on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, and it had to be remains of some malt liquor from earlier in the day or later, you know, earlier that evening or whatever in this brain. And it was like, boom, y'all motherfuckers are doing some stupid shit. And for a second, all them parents that was arguing and talking all that shit about each other and getting lawyers involved, and you know, some of these motherfuckers can't afford no motherfucking lawyers, so you know they're just talking shit and blowing smoke out their ass right then. But when I stepped in the middle of all I mean, it must have been 20 or 30 people. When I stepped in the middle of all them motherfuckers and was like, hey, y'all are forgetting one thing. This whole association, this whole shit revolves around the kids. You know, none of us are out there, you know, running the ball, hitting the ball, you know, shooting the baskets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a whole athletic association, you know. I mean, they do soccer, they do lacrosse, they do football, they do baseball, basketball, they do all this shit. You know, I'm just tied into the football part of it, and that's what's going on right now. And you know, the board members, they oversee all that shit. And I told these people, I was like, this shit is all about the kids. And I said, here we are, all of us, supposed to be the role models, the grown-ups, the people that the kids look up to. And we're over here arguing about where somebody can park at or how close they can get to the field to watch their kids, you know, and everybody was like, you know, for a second they were like, holy shit, you know, and I was like, damn, I done came up in here, dropped the bomb on these motherfuckers, and shit's for real, you know. So for the next few minutes, everything was civilized. And then that one lady I told you about, Snaggletooth bitch with her cigarettes and her cell phone and her documents and her crutches, she brought some other shit back up, and this bitch across the area said some shit, and it went all back haywire. But for a second, I had these motherfuckers under control. And I know this video is long, man. If you make it to the end, let me know what you think about it. I'm gonna have to make another one. I just had to drop a little bit of real life on y'all. It's the bullshit that the Reverend has to deal with, man, on the day-to-day. I gotta delegate shit at work all day. You know, figure out what's going on here, what's going on there, what can we do to make this better, how can I help this individual, shit like that. And then I go out there, something I've been doing for a while, you know, doing the football. Grew up playing football my whole life. Played football through college. Just, you know, shit like that. So I have a great football IQ. And when I had kids, you know, I knew that one day I would grow up to coach, and wouldn't grow up to coach, but when they grew up to play, I would, you know, try to be a part of that. And have been successful in my coaching tenure. But this is the first year where it's really, I mean, there's been small things that go down where you're like, really? But this is the first time where it's been to this extent. When I'm out, I keep looking over here because out this window I can see my swimming pool and my kids are in there, so I'm making sure nobody's drowning and shit like that. Nothing can stop a malt liquor video, not even a drowning child. Well, probably. Fuck yeah, the weather cooled off a little bit through the beginning of the week. Today's Friday. It's hot as fuck. We've got our first scrimmage tomorrow. We lost some good kids from last year going up to high school. So, you know, beginning of the season, it looked like this is going to be one of those, we're doing it for fun, you know, but a couple other associations didn't get enough players, so they come to the next area. And we've been lucky to score 3 or 4 kids that, I'm going to tell you what, man, they are, I mean, I don't even know how they can be as fast as they are. It's incredible. Fark was 1. Let's try to get this swill down, get out of here. Upload this fucking long-winded motherfucker. Not Reggie, none of door foam. After you do a 20-minute video, there shouldn't be any door foam anyway. But if you made it to the end of the fucking video, I applaud you on that. And if you made it to the end, in the comments, just say Eagles, so that I know somebody watched this motherfucker and heard this fucking story of the misery that we've had to deal with some of these fucking parents. But, yeah, give me some, you know, some feedback if y'all have had to deal with any of that shit. But I know some of y'all got kids, and I'm sure they do organized sports. And like I said, I've done it for a while, but this shit the past week has just been fucking ridiculous. So, to all those fucking crazy motherfuckers, fuck them. Drink only malt liquor. Until next time. Peace out. Now, guy.